As a Muslim, this question always confused me. How can God speak to God? Why was Jesus praying? And why did he pray the same way Muslims pray? Bowing, prostrating, submitting. And then the biggest one, my God, why have you forsaken me? To me, that sounded like proof Christianity made no sense. But then, someone finally explained it properly. And I realized the problem wasn't Christianity. It was my assumption. Here's the key thing I never understood as a Muslim. Christianity does not say God is one person pretending to talk to himself. Christianity says one God, one divine nature. Three persons. The Father is not the Son is not the Father, but they share the same divine nature. So God speaking to God is not nonsense. It's relationship within God. Now why was Jesus praying? Because Jesus is not only God. He is also fully human. That's not a metaphor. That's the claim. When Jesus prays, he is praying as a man, a real human being, living in full dependence on the Father. That's why his prayer looks like submission. That's why he bows. That's why he prostrates. That's why it resembles Islamic prayer. Submission to God is not unchristian. It's human. Jesus didn't pray because he lacked divinity. He prayed because he fully entered human life. Now the hardest line, my God, why have you forsaken me? As a Muslim, I thought that proved he wasn't God. But here's what I didn't know. Jesus is quoting Psalm 22, a Jewish messianic psalm written centuries earlier. That psalm begins in anguish but ends in victory. On the cross, Jesus is expressing real human suffering and at the same time pointing to prophecy being fulfilled. He is not confused. He is not doubting God. He is bearing separation as a human, the weight of sin, something humans experience. God didn't stop being God. The Trinity didn't break. The divine nature didn't disappear. The suffering happened in his human nature. That's the part Islam doesn't have a category for. Islam has God far above. Christianity has God entering in. Once I understood that, the question changed. It wasn't, how can God speak to God? It became, what kind of God is willing to step into human weakness, pray as we pray, suffer as we suffer, and still remain God? That explanation didn't weaken Christianity for me. It finally made it make sense.